It is an absolutely huge day on the market today, guys, because Road to the Knockouts are finally in play. You're going to see cards skyrocketing. You're going to see cards crashing down. You're going to see some tradable SBCs that could really throw some investments down. So I'm going to prepare you for all of that. Let's hop into it. If you're looking for cheap and safe Eafc 24 coins, look no further than u4gm.com and use my code ELITE, ELYYT, for a limited time 10% off at checkout. I've been trying to save a big pack for every single episode of Trading to Glory, so I grinded out a ton of games to get this 83 plus times 10 for episode 10 today. And we haven't packed anything great on this account. Our best pack came in episode 3 when we got Victor Osimhen untradeable. Realistically, not that great considering how many packs we have opened. Maybe today is the day that the luck changes. We are in double digits of the Trading to Glory, so boys, drop a like if you've been enjoying the series, and maybe if everybody drops a like right now on the video, it will give us the pack luck we need to get ourselves an absolutely massive walkout in this pack. Here we go. Let's send it. EA, hook me up, please. Who the hell could this be? It's not even a double walkout. We didn't even get 2 walkouts. It's the only walkout in the pack. It was your fault. You didn't like the video. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. It really is days like today where you look at these $30 packs that they've already dropped into the game with 45 rare gold players, 80 and higher, and honestly think that I might not get a board drop card. I don't think I'd get an 83. I think I'd open that and my best card would be an 82 rated card because that is just how things go for me. But those packs are strictly forbidden on our Trading to Glory account. So those will not be opened by me. I'm staying strong, but it's evident that EA are not going to help us out with any of our packs. No players, no coins. We're going to have to make them all ourselves. And so today, we're going to be trading with the Road to the Knockout cards, which do start playing today. But I'm going to show you guys which cards you want to stay away from until a little bit later, which cards you might want to take a risk on and see how their game goes, and other cards that you definitely do not want to pick up because they're going to crash in price later today, tomorrow, or Thursday. Now, UCL does play today, and here are the games that come on today. Union Berlin, Braga, Salzburg, Sociedad. You can see all of them right there. Pause the video if you want. We're moving on. But these cards that play today are going to rise a little bit into their game today. As we get closer, an hour before lineups announced, all that hype builds, you're going to see people buying these cards, taking the gamble on if they're going to perform well. But here's the thing. Most of the time, these cards like Erling Haaland or Osimhen, if Osimhen goes up by 100,000 coins before the match, and he has already started rising, if we take a look at his card individually over the last few hours, you can see that this card has risen from about 600k all the way to 692,000 coins. Now, some of that is because the market is rising right now just for metas in general, and a lot of it is because of the hype of their first match with this promo. Now, if they win 2 of their next 5 matches, they get an upgrade. And then if they move on to the knockout stage, they get another upgrade. So it's a possible +2, and a lot of that rides on that first game. It gives you momentum to get out of the group, and it also gives you one of the 2 wins to get yourself the first upgrade. So you're seeing a lot of these cards rise into the hype of this game. What I would suggest to you guys is sell, 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 because here's the thing. With these UEFA Champions League matches, you do have your first match today, and that can determine if these are going to get an upgrade. The problem is the fact that the next game is not only not next week, it's not the week after, but it's the week after that. It's going to be the 24th of October before the second match is played, which means that the earliest that any of these cards could possibly get upgraded is the 24th and 25th of October, which is still over 3 weeks away. So what we're going to see is a lot of these Road to the Knockout cards are going to go up in price today. They might even go up during the game because of possibly their team winning the match. And then once we get about an hour after the game, people are going to recognize, oh, I don't want to hold this card for 3 weeks and wait for the upgrade, and they'll sell off. So these cards like Osimhen, they could end up winning their match today, which Napoli plays against Union Berlin in Berlin. So it is probably going to go Napoli's way. I would assume Napoli's going to win that match. You never know. But even if they do win, the thing is that Osimhen might not rise very much still. Those cards are going to get sold off after the game because of people selling in to what they think is going to be a huge upgrade coming soon. But realistically, once they figure out that these upgrades aren't going to come for another 3 weeks at the very earliest, and most cards won't get upgraded after 3 weeks because they have to win both games just for one upgrade, it's going to be a lot of people selling because they don't want to wait that long. And so we're going to have other opportunities to buy these cards later in the week. So tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to be buying some of these cards after their games. And then on top of that, you're going to have guys who lose their match. So you've got some pretty good cards in here, like Osimhen, like Haaland, Bruno Fernandes, Saka. These cards are good upgrades even without the extra boost, right? They're going to be meta. They're going to be used in Weekend League. So you're going to see a huge panic sell if they lose their match. If Saka and Arsenal playing Sevilla tomorrow and Sevilla end up getting a result, maybe Arsenal draw Sevilla or Sevilla wins, then Saka is going to get panic sold. He's going to go from 940,000 coins, which is what he's at right now. He'll crash probably 800K or lower, and that's when you buy, because he's going to rebound just because of the meta hype for Weekend League. So it can go both ways, and that's what you guys have to be looking out for. For the big guys like Haaland and Bruno and Saka, they're expected to win their game. They're expected to get that upgrade, so when they do, they don't go up quite as much. But when they don't, they crash down hard. So the risk outweighs the reward. But for cards like Wifer, the reward may much more outweigh the risk, because you are risking about 3,000 coins if you pick up Wifer right now for 13.5K. You can probably get him a little bit less on bid. But if you were to pick that card up and they end up winning their game and maybe getting out of their group unexpectedly, those are the kind of cards that'll spike up a lot more. If you take a look at this card from last year, it's not a Road to the Knockout card, but it's similar. It was a Path to Glory, which was for the World Cup. And so what these cards did was the big ones from the big nations that ended up getting knocked out, like Germany, etc., those cards crashed super hard, and then the ones that went on to the next round did rise, like Argentina. Those cards did go up, but they didn't rise quite as much as others because they were kind of expected to rise. They were kind of expected to go up. But Buffon was not, and his card sat at about 14,000 coins all week while he was in packs. And you even had even more time to pick that card up for the next week or so as they got closer to the end of the group stage at about 20,000 coins. So he did rise from 14 to 21 and then rose again on the second upgrade from 21 to 53. So those are 2 upgrades on that card that were unexpected, and that shot the price up a ton. People did not expect that card to go up a lot. So he went from 13 to 20, then 20 all the way to 50. Now he ended up getting another upgrade because they went all the way to the semifinal, and he got another upgrade all the way to 91 on price, 91K. But as you guys can see, those 2 big spikes in price are huge profits for a card that you were only risking 3.5 thousand coins on if you bought that card while he was still in packs. So there's not a ton of risk there, but the upside is very much so evident, and there's a few cards like that, including Machado, who you can see right there. And Machado's card at about 11,000 is even less risk. Now, Lens are heavy underdogs to get out of their group because, well, quite frankly, ever since they got into Champions League, they have been doing terrible in the league. They are almost fighting relegation right now in a relegation battle. Of course, still pretty early in the season, but they are in like 16th place. So they're not really favored to do anything in Champions League. But if they do, this is a card that could go from 11.75, which is only 1.5K risk, maybe a little less than that even. You're not risking much, but with an upgrade, this card could be very expensive. And so just with the hype of that upgrade after a win could take him from 12,000 coins to 15, 16,000 coins. And already then you're making huge amounts of profit. And we can tell those cards can go much higher than that. They could hit 20, they could hit 30 over time. So it's a card that doesn't have a lot of risk, but it does have a lot of reward. Now, some of you guys might not like risk at all, and I agree. There are cards that I will not buy just because it's not in my hands. And so if you want your profit to be 100% in your hands, maybe you won't hit the jackpot, maybe you won't hit a card like Boofall that skyrockets in price times 9 of their price was, and they go up a ton. You might not hit the jackpot like that, but you also won't risk losing any coins either. And so you do have to wait until these games finish. You have to wait until the match is over. And let's say that Arsenal loses to Sevilla, which quite frankly, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Sevilla is a good team in Europe, and they are playing at home. They are playing in Spain. So it could happen. If Arsenal were to lose, then Saka would crash in price. But the card is still usable even without an upgrade. Plus, they do have another potential chance to get an upgrade later down the line once we get to late October and get some more games going. But those cards will crash in price. You want to buy after they crash, and then they will rebound. You can sell then and even buy back later. There's a lot of opportunity to make profit on these road to the knockouts. What I would say with these cards is that if you're going in on a card with minimal risk, then you are free to hold that card as long as you want. In fact, if you wanted to invest in a card this week and then quick sell it, you could get it back next week and use those coins elsewhere and then quick sell recovery those cards to get them back, like Machado or Weifer, even, you know, some of the guys down here that are on Europa League, like Pedro Goncalves, Dzeko, Sildilia, I think is how you pronounce it. This card actually looks pretty nice. He can play center back and right back. He's French. He's Bundesliga. This is one of those cards that is like low key maybe going to pop off if we see Freiburg beat West Ham on Thursday. That could be a card that absolutely skyrockets, so I'm keeping my eye on him. Here are the Europa League games, which are played on Thursday. The Conference League games are also played on Thursday this week, and so we're going to see those cards on Thursday fluctuating a little bit more. So 3 straight days where you guys can get in on some investments on RTTK. So hopefully this little spiel about them has taught you a little bit about how to trade with these dynamic cards. And if it did, do not forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, because I'm dropping daily content on the Eafc 24 market, game, SBCs, etc. This is the place to be. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and comment RTTK hype down below, and I'm going to drop a heart on everybody's comment who does that. I appreciate you making it to the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.